Rwandan President Paul Kagame is the overwhelming favorite in Friday's presidential election, where he is almost assured to extend his 17-year reign as the nation's head of state. According to Charles Munyaneza, Executive Secretary of the Rwanda Electoral Commission, more than 80% of Rwanda's 6.9 million registered voters cast their ballots. Polls closed in the afternoon, and provisional results are expected later today. The 59-year-old Kagame was running against Frank Habineza of the Democratic Green Party of Rwanda, the only permitted opposition party, and independent candidate Philippe Mpanyama. 3 other potential candidates were disqualified for allegedly failing to fulfill election requirements. 2 Rwandan voters explained their selections for president.
I voted for President Paul Kagame because he has worked to build new roads, to bring water to the people, and to construct new schools for everyone.
I chose this party simply because of its good platform. The platform, so the manifesto presented by Habineza, so it was very interesting to me. That's why. So, for instance, the fact that he wants to develop the country. He wants to develop the country by reducing the step between rich people and poor people.
Now joining us on the phone from Kigali, Rwanda, with more election details is VOA Eddie Rwema. Good evening, Eddie.
Good evening, Esther.
So, Eddie, if you could tell us how the polling exercise went this morning and whether there are any major issues regarding the polls.
Esther, polling started at 7 a.m. Kigali time, and it closed at 3 p.m. So far, we haven't heard of any problem, any glitch. In fact, I spoke to several election observers, and they said elections in Rwanda were held in a calm and peaceful way. President Paul Kagame and his family voted at a polling center near a school called Aperugunga here in Kigali. The other candidates, Green Party candidate Frank Habineza and the independent candidate Philippe Mpanyama, also voted here in Kigali. And so far, everybody seems to say that the voting was peaceful and calm. And right now, the National Electoral Commission has started counting votes following the voting exercise, and they expect to announce their preliminary results around 11 p.m. Kigali time.
Wow, that is pretty close for the announcement of the presidential results. But Eddie, critics of incumbent President Paul Kagame say that there was some sort of voter intimidation, and that his campaign actually ferried people to his rallies. How credible is that report, and is he as popular as the campaign claims?
When you look at the campaign numbers, President Paul Kagame has been pulling a lot of crowd. In fact, during his last stop of his campaign here in Kigali, he was able to pull close to 500,000 people. And when you speak to the people within the ruling party, they say that saying that Rwandans live under fear or were forced to attend rallies was something ludicrous. That is what the vice president of the ruling party, Christopher Bazivamo, told me today, castigating or denying accusations that the elections were being held under a climate of fear.
Any fears of any violence flaring up in Rwanda?
There's no violence. We haven't heard of any incident at all. All the polling stations that I visited were peaceful, were calm. People would come, cast their vote, and go back to their normal businesses.
All right, Eddie, thank you very much. Eddie Rwema reporting for us from Kigali, Rwanda.